The following presentation is part of the Beyond the Blast Doors network.
Welcome to the Bombadcast. What is up, Bombad fam? This is your boy, the Cannon Junkie, and we are here for another glorious episode of the Bombadcast. Yes, that's right, I'm back. I am in a location, and I am ready for some Bombad fun. But before we get into it, guys, have you heard of Beyond the Blast Doors Network? It is the premier Star Wars content network. Don't ask anyone else. That's what we say. But guys, we are proud members of Beyond the Blast Doors, and Beyond the Blast Doors Network has a show for everyone. We have Around the Galaxy with Pete Fletzer. We have Postcards from the Galaxy's Edge with Shannon Morin. We have Holo Chronicles with Josh and Andy, all about Star Wars collecting. We have Beyond the Blast Doors Live, the first Star Wars live news show with the lovely, lovely Mr. Ammo, Mr. David Amolati, and of course, Pete Fletzer, his faithful sidekick. Guys, if you love what we're doing here, why not consider joining our Patreon and helping us create more of this lovely, lovely content and the Bombadcast that you guys so desire and crave. I mean, come on. You support us, you support the Bombadcast. You don't just support us, you support all of those great shows I was listing. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, at Bombadcast, at Beyond the Blast Doors Network, and all the others. And all it costs you to get in the cover charge, $5. $5, a cup of coffee, and you can have access to amazing patron exclusives, including our show, Beyond Beyond, which is kind of okay. So, but without any further ado, let me bring in my good buddy, my friend, my co-host with the most, Mr. Scotty Gero. Scotty, how you doing, buddy?
You wouldn't believe who the guest is. Do you know who the guest is?
What?
Do you know who the guest is? Do you have any idea who the guest is?
I mean,
today?
I think we already said something on Twitter about it. I think I already.
No. I am not ready for this. Are you ready for this? I am not.
Don't.
This is going to be. I'm very overwhelmed right now. I'm not looking. I don't know how I'm going to handle this guest. And oh no, they just joined.
I
Should
thought
we bring
you
him
gave
in?
him the wrong link.
No, should we bring? I thought I did. Should we bring him in now?
How did you find the link?
I don't know why I'm on Mustafar either. What happened? What is going on? Oh God, is this a foretelling sign of what's going to happen? Like,
are we about to be burned to a crisp?
Oh no. Well, I'm going to bring him in.
Burn someone to a crisp.
No. To answer your question, I don't know how I'm doing because of this person that's fixed. Oh no, he's in.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
He jumped in.
Oh, oh. Who could it be?
Hello, boyos.
Ah!
What did you put a plastic bag over Jar Jar's head?
It came in the box 20 years ago like that, man.
Oh.
Permanently
I thought you were
locked in
just
there.
being a dick and like trying to suffocate Jar Jar Binks.
No, he's preserved this way forever and ever.
Oh, he's in carbonite.
Yes, he's
like I want you to be.
Carbon bet.
Is that Rick?
You dirty, no good son of a blast door.
Yeah,
oh my God, you are so lucky Scotty's here. Listen, okay, here's how this is going to work out. Scotty, from now on, when that guy up there wants to talk to me, I would like for you to ask me for him because I'm not even going to talk to him at all. Okay, this is a conversation between me and Scotty. And I'm sorry, did I hear something? Did I hear something over there?
Yep.
Did I hear? Scotty, did I hear
later?
Is Paul Stanley over there somewhere? I don't know what's going on. I'm
right here. I feel like the divorced child. I feel like I'm dealing with my two parents. I felt like I'm 12.
Scotty, it's not your fault.
Well, this is that every other weekend. This is the other weekend.
I'll never forget when my parents split up. It was awful, but this is what it feels like.
Oh man, is this we're getting it? It was Mental Health Awareness Week this last week, so
nope,
we're about to get into it.
I just know that whatever is going to transpire in this hour is going to be something that leaves a mark on me for the rest of my life, just like the night my parents split. That's what it's going to feel like.
Welcome, Rick. Regardless, and I just
no. Jerry says,
Scotty, how you doing, bud? How's it going?
I'm doing fine. Jerry was wanting me to tell you hello, welcome to the Bombadcast. What is your response?
You can tell him at the end of the show whatever you want. I don't have anything to say.
Scotty, why don't you go ahead and tell Rick that he's the reason I drink.
Rick, Jerry is You're Jerry's reason for drinking.
I drink too.
So Jerry is your reason for drinking, Rick? Well, that's one thing you have in common is that you're both the reason for your your inhibitions to get and consume alcohol. So that's something you can both bond over, right? Is that something
I don't even want to tell him that he has good taste in IPAs. That damn fool.
I mean,
I hate you.
Not only do I have good taste in IPAs, I am one hell of a slogan maker. All because of this shirt right here.
Oh yeah,
he's not wrong.
I should have thought you were going to do
I am responsible for that. Not that. I don't lift like that, but these words, my muscles are in my head, they're not under these sleeves.
Yeah, you're right. Your head is you are a muscle head.
Can we get down to the brass tacks, though, gentlemen? Because I think it's important to address this. I don't even know where the feud began, but I remember being pushed in the middle of it. So what really caused this tumultuous and unwanted hate towards each other that I have to put up with? Because I'm ultimately the middleman. What caused it? Who started it? Because there's always an instant.
Jerry started it.
Well, honestly, I think if you want an answer, all you got to do is look down. We're tight on me. You got to look down there in that square for the answer.
In what regard, though? Because who was the first?
Have you seen his face? He's got one of those faces. The fact that he was literally like 5 feet away from me in the Black Series Rebels like pin photo that one day. Remember we had that like photo where you're like, Rick is just like the Forrest Gump of the Bombadcast's time at
the
Celebration 2019.
The one where I posted, and it was like maybe, oh God, it must have been like 2 months ago when I posted that one photo, and it was Alden. It was Alden, then Rick taking a photo with Lacey. That then like 4 other people were like, "Hey, that's me in that photo." I'm like, this is the craziest thing in the world. Just
and at the time, you're like, I don't know who these people are.
But they taking a picture of the stage, and I just happened to get Rick and Lacey taking a picture.
Which you dodged a bullet, frankly. This guy.
Well, if I'm going to be honest here, I think the feud started before I knew Jerry, because at Celebration last year, my son and I took a picture with Alex and Molly, and in the full image off on the side, Jerry's over there looking at, I'm assuming, probably like an empty inbox for his text messages because nobody wants to text him. And when I posted the picture, I cropped him out because there was so much sadness in that corner of it. But that was the only way for me to present it. So I think inadvertently, I knew that even in my pictures and my memories, I did not want him there. So I put it out publicly that Jerry just did not exist. What I should have done is just pixelated you over.
Just like my face, like Cops.
Yeah.
Like there was a giant dick behind you guys or something.
and that was the beginning of the friendship that I have developed with Alex Damon, cropping you out of the picture.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny, man.
It was celebration was a magical time last year. It was a magical time for deleting people you don't even know.
And then taking photos of people you don't even know. There's something about like, I don't know, like growing a part of this community. I think we can all speak to that. But you know, once you get more in touch with the community, the more you realize you hate people, and it's great. Like, you know, I took photos of people that I didn't hate then, but now I just can't even tolerate them. Pete Fletcher, hate that guy, even though he wasn't there. I have a photo of me with David Amoletti. Hate that dude. We got a bunch of pictures. I got a picture.
I blew off David Amoletti in the at the podcast meetup.
Did you just sneeze? Did you sneeze in his direction and go, "Oh, sorry," and walked away?
I mean, he told me in one of our meetings, he was like, "You're a real dick to me." I'm like, "Sorry, man." Like, I just didn't know. I wasn't meaning to do anything. It's like, who's this really handsome man trying to give me a pin? Like,
but no, in all seriousness, I've learned the people that, you know, these people that I, you know, had met then that I now despise, and I'm looking at one of them. You know, not gonna say who, but I'm looking at one of them, and
I'm buddy.
Still trying to figure out, you know, why did I make myself do that? You know, and am I going to do it again? You know, or am I going to go to Celebration 20, you know, when it gets pushed back another 5 years, whenever the next celebration is, am I going to go there and look at Rick in the eyes and try to share a moment, or no? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Scotty, you and I will most definitely have a moment making fun of the only Ewok in the planet that I do not like. This guy right here, and then I'm pointing at. Hey, listen, this is me poking his bits right. They're in this area somewhere.
What the heck?
Yeah, moves too far away. And
Stop! Why am I going to? Oh, I gotta go this way. Get away! Don't touch him.
I don't know.
Sensitive. This is great audio podcasting, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's really just gone downhill for audio.
We've been since we're now on video, we just like
we know no different.
We're children. We can't.
Well, we're like kids when the iToy came out in the PS2.
The what?
Little Dance Dance Revolution.
Jerry. The what?
Sonny.
So Rick, okay?
Yeah.
Rick. Rick every now and then will get a special DM from me, and I read through them earlier because I'm like, I don't DM Rick often, but when I do, it's always Bombadcast related. And Rick was actually in the know on the Paul Stanley thing before you were, Jerry. How does it make you feel? Do you feel a little bit backstabbed by that? Or?
No.
You don't? No? You really don't?
I don't give a shit.
Oh, really?
Oh, you do. You know you do. You give a Folgers amount of shit. That's how much you give, man.
A Folgers can?
A Folgers amount, yeah.
Yeah, Folgers. The very best part about waking up.
A bunch of shit in your cup. I don't know.
Come on. What's your deal?
Not Rick. Ugh.
Yeah, not me.
I meant to say dick bag. No.
But you know, my middle name is Bag, so that fits.
That's insane. That's pretty cool. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
No.
You know, with Paul, and Paul hasn't made much of an appearance like in a while. Is he doing okay?
Oh, Paul? Oh, Paul's doing fine. Look, I'll give you an update on Paul. So he's been biking a lot recently. And by biking, I mean he goes, and the driveways here are not that long. He bikes up the driveway and bikes back. and he tells every day he tells me how tired he is. It's ridiculous. He's like, I am just so. He's like, and he calls me Jeff. I can't figure that one out. He calls me Jeffrey. And
Wait,
Jeff,
wasn't he calling you Scotty? Like, just
yeah,
not that long
but
ago?
this is a new thing. I think it's because he's been inside the
You're
whole
Jeff
time.
now.
Yeah, he's like, I'll do my best, Paul. It's like, hey, Jeff, and it's just like, hey, Paul, what's going on? And he'll bike up and down his driveway. He just does it for a couple hours a day, and he'll play basketball with the kids.
Active.
He'll play basketball with some of the kids in the street, and he says some horribly vulgar things. It's awful sometimes. He'll say racial slurs. I don't know. It's,
oh my gosh.
It's yeah, he goes all out, but he says it's all for the theatrics. And then, he gets one other weird thing, he delivers the papers in the neighborhood. I don't know how he got that gig, but he delivers the papers.
I have it on good authority that he's going to be switching from the keep it together, Scotty. That he's going to be switching from a bicycle to a unicycle, actually.
Oh,
yeah,
that is interesting. Just for the theatric part of it.
He's going to be delivering.
But
he's going to be delivering Wikipedia door to door.
He's got a great inner ear.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You're probably not wrong there, Rick. But I asked him. I said, Paul, why are you just biking up and down your driveway? It's for practice for whenever I do, deliver the newspapers. But he's been doing this for like 2 months now, and he's just walking he has a red wagon. It's got the KISS logo on it. He's got the red wagon. It's got the KISS logo on it. He's walking around the neighborhood.
Cut away.
delivering the newspaper. And you know what the weirdest thing is? The newspaper's like 5 or 6 weeks old, and it's always got like, it always has mail stuffed in it. Like the junk mail you get. It's got a lot of that mail, and I get the neighbor's mail in it. It's just so weird. It's so peculiar. And he says
a bunch of expired coupons for Pizza Hut.
Yes, and he says the British are coming every time he throws the mail in the newspaper. I can't figure it out. I'll do my best imitation. He goes, "People, the British are coming!" And he grabs the newspaper and he slings it, and his aim is piss poor. You know what the worst part is? It's not even in the bag. He just throws the newspaper. And it just
flings everywhere.
It just unfolds everywhere.
They're even rolled up.
No,
flat newspapers.
He's got a tri-corner hat on.
Yes. And the weirdest thing is, it's just
like the set of The Walking Dead after he's done.
But you got to realize he does this at like 3 or 4 p.m. when people are like getting home, and it's just like it's so weird. And it's hard to avoid him because he walks in the middle of the street. The roads in this neighborhood are small, so he walks in the middle of the street, throwing old newspapers with no bags around him. And he's doing great.
So he walks and pulls, like he's not even using the bike, even though he's preparing. He walks.
He walks with the bike next to him. He's holding the one handle on the handlebar.
Don't tell him that malls your local mall might have one of those like little horses that kids like the animals.
Oh yeah,
kids ride around like the I don't know, power driven or whatever.
One thing if
he gets his hands on one of those, it's over. I mean, he's Paul Revere.
Well, that's true. And one thing we also talk about he has a graveyard of old vehicles, and he just got a new old vehicle in his house. And these are like suburban homes.
One of them, his house.
No, not in his house. That's ridiculous. Come on now. But he has he has a 97 Buick Skylark. He's got that in his driveway. Yeah, and
that's a bad car right there.
It is, and he's been working on it. But by working on it, he just adds a different coat of spray paint every couple of days, and he said it's going to be the next big thing, and I don't know what that means.
What do you mean by that? Yeah.
I don't know. Every time he tells me, he goes, "Jeffrey, this is the next big thing." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, shiny and chrome. He's just spraying it.
Yes, I know. And
there you
I
go.
don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's doing well, to answer your question. But yeah, I've missed him.
Does
maybe he'll
question. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll show up. So we'll keep you up.
You took the scenic route. You took the scenic route to get to that answer, but thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate the Stanley update.
I have
Yeah.
to. Yeah,
Anyway,
no,
so back to how much we hate Jerry.
yeah. So Jerry,
Sure. Yeah.
there's been times where I've texted you and I just don't get a response. What's up with that?
I didn't know we were gonna get real on here.
I'm not
I
laughing.
believe
No one's
that is
laughing. Here.
called. You ever just not wanted to talk to somebody because you hate
Yes,
their
right now.
face?
Right now, Jerry.
That's me with Rick. There you go. I wish that fist on your can was real, like punching you in the nose.
Oh, I bet you wish this fist was real, you pervert.
It's true.
Oh, hey, look. He's just walking away from it. Rick's done. No,
Nope.
you know it's weird because I've got someone like Rick right below me right here, and every day,
Below you.
every day I consider, what choices, what forks in the road have I encountered, And Cad Bane's bounty had been following me for a while, and I follow Cad Bane's bounty for probably like 3 years. Rick, I feel like I've been in touch with you for quite some time, like really, like to its core.
That
Like
was the
probably
guy who
since
played Cad Bane, and boy was I surprised.
adults are talking. Adults are talking. Okay, so Cad Bane's bounty had been following me. We've been following probably since the TOJ release, and I think it's important to address that. There's a seniority to doing Twitter, and I should have realized that, I could have taken the high road, down there, or I took the low road, and I think now I'm looking at my options, and the Bombadcast, it just needs a change. Maybe this is a permanent one.
Need a little color on this show.
Yeah. We need to make sure this show, it's not Ewok free, but every now and then needs an Ewok cleanse. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yub-nub. So, Jerry, I have gotten a notification on my StreamYard that you want to show something. What is this? If you don't mind me asking.
Open it up, you'll find out.
Is it something for Rick, or what is this? Give us some context.
It's for all you. It's for both of you D-bags.
And what way am I being a as you've mentioned, D-bag?
Just open it up.
You're being a D-badly baker right now. Is that a toy that Rick plays with? What is this?
Oh, yeah, the naked cutout. Yeah, the other one there. Oh, pretty handsome, actually.
What was that for, Jerry? Was that were you showing us your
I just wanted to
deepest
show you
desire?
a naked Jar Jar Binks.
Well, we'll look at it a bigger screen then.
It's hot stuff right there. NC-17.
Yeah. Suck it.
There's nothing to.
It's true. It's very true.
Jar Jar's a Ken doll. He's the Ken doll of Star Wars. Jar Jar has no cock. He is cockless. All right, what is this?
What's what?
That was the one time I was able to do some mocap. And I emailed that directly to Jerry.
Oh man. Jerry, what's it like? Let's be real. Rick and I are fairly standard looking men. Jerry, what's it like looking like the creeps on the internet?
Are you guys talking to me? I'm sorry. I'm not listening. Oh, is that still on there? I'm sorry. Were you guys watching me? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just
Yeah,
so
you like
glad.
to watch, don't you, you pervs?
Oh, Jerry,
What?
you would be a very sad cam girl if there was such a thing in this world where they hired you to do it. You just
Well, I just don't check out my OnlyFans. Okay.
well,
There's
know
only
who's
2
I
of them.
do.
I was gonna say that, Rick.
At Gungan Goon.
I think it's time. I don't know if anyone was aware of this, but this was going to probably become a bashing session. Jerry, you've done your time. Let's bash me.
Oh, so now I can bash you. Oh,
Yes, you can bash
thank you,
me.
Scotty. Thank you. Why don't you do a favor, Scotty, and go put on your morph suit so we don't have to look at your face anymore? I just want to see that tuft of hair. That's all I want to see of you. Do us all a favor.
Look at that handsome lad right there. He's good looking. Oh, never mind.
See, this is the problem when Scotty holds the he holds the key.
I am the key master. You the gatekeeper, baby.
I think Rick's the gatekeeper there.
The groundskeeper.
No,
a landscaper.
Look.
The
Hey,
manscaper.
Let's set our
don't-
differences aside. Let's set our differences aside right now, because
Yes, differences.
what unites us all here, gang, is the fact that we love Star Wars. Okay, we love it.
I love it more.
Nope, don't do that. You know, wait, I have to tell you
No, I
something.
do.
Hold- You two
No,
are
no,
going
I
to
do.
love this. You are going to love
Stupid
this.
face.
Listen to this. Listen to this. I was at Lowe's, okay? And hopefully this man is not watching this episode right now, because he would probably punch me in the face. I probably can never go back to that
A
Lowe's.
guy that you met at Lowe's.
This guy at Lowe's, this is great. You're going to love this. So I'm at Lowe's and I have Obi with me and my dog. And you can bring dogs to Lowe's, by the way. That's something I didn't know if you knew this. So I have Obi with me, and he walks up and he sees my Beyond the Blast Door shirt. And he walks up, he goes, and I said, oh, his name's Obi. And he goes, oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he does this Yoda voice. It's great. This guy's like in his early 50s, right? And so he's doing this whole thing. And he goes, you like Star Wars? I said, yeah, man, I love Star Wars. He goes, yeah. He goes, well, you're probably not as big as a fan as me. That's literally how he starts. I'm like, all right, here we go. My favorite kind of fan is the one that well, no. And to me, it's not even a challenge. It's like, let's hear this guy out. Cause he might be huge Star Wars, nuts. He might be like Andy and Josh are collecting. You never know. Or he might just be
Like Rain Man with Star Wars.
Well, he might have some sort of disability too. And I don't know, people just say what they want with certain disabilities, right? I don't know. So he says, I'm a bigger Star Wars fan than you, because I saw the originals in theaters. I said, that's awesome. I said, that's really sick. And we talk about Star Wars and, what we think of it. And then he proceeds to tell me, he goes, I even got a photo with a stormtrooper. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Then he goes, I got a photo with Darth Vader.
Actual stormtrooper?
Yes, and he's telling me all about it, and he's telling me about his ex-wife. I don't know why that got brought up, but at one point, he was telling me all. No, this is the best part. He goes, he finally lets me speak, and he was showing me fluorescent lights because I'm going to get from my aquarium for my bearded dragon, and he finally shows me over there.
Whoa! You buried the lead. You got a bearded dragon?
I've had one for. Oh, dude, this is a whole. I'll tell you that later. I've had one in 6th grade. Okay, so wait, hold on, it gets better. So we get to the light aisle, and I'm like, it's been a pleasure. No, I'm sorry. He finally asked me, he goes, well, do you have a favorite movie? I said, oh, man. I said, I love The Phantom Menace. And he goes, oh. He goes, that's the one with Jar Jar? And I said, yeah. He goes, oh, I hate that guy. He's the worst. I'm like, I said, oh, no way. And I had the logo. I said, it's actually like my podcast logo. He goes, oh, okay. And he tells me about how great the original trilogy was. And then it goes into this, and he says something along the lines like, yeah, man, I was 5 when the original trilogy came out. I said, that's awesome. I said, I was 5 when the Phantom Menace came out, or when the prequel trilogy came out. And it was it's the best. It's my favorite. The dude, I kid you not, looked at me and says, he looked at me and says this, have a good day, sir. And he walks away. We were still talking. I told him I love the prequel trilogy. And this dude was like, I've had enough. Have a good day, sir. And he was like, I was like, oh my God. It went from being so nice to instantly becoming, not hostile, but instantly becoming like how Jerry would treat Rick at Celebration in 2022. It was just like, have a good one.
No, our conversation wouldn't have gotten that far. It would have.
Yeah,
Walked
no,
up to
we would
me.
have just like
Jerry would have
not
walked
even
up to
talked
me
you.
like, "Hey, let's bear the hatchet," and I would have said, "A good day, sir." And it's
in your head. Yeah. I'm still on the talking about Keymaster. He is the gatekeeper.
Who? Oh, me or
the dude? No, the dude that you were talking
to.
Lowe's.
Dude.
Lowe's
His
dude.
name was Randy. Randy. I'll never forget it. The awful encounter with
He probably
Randy
isn't listening to this, frankly, because
he was done.
he couldn't take it anymore. He's like, I can't take
bounced.
it anymore.
He was so done. The face went from being like, "Oh, I love Star." Have it going. Walked. So I was like,
so. But he literally said to you, that was something he literally said, was that I'm a bigger fan than you because I saw the original trilogy in theaters.
Yes. Verbatim.
Were you like, sorry I wasn't born yet? Sorry I was but a twinkle in my father's eye.
In my brain, I'm like, let's hear this guy out because I'm never going to be one to like instantly, like this is a random.
Yeah.
Never see this guy again.
I had some people like that at we had a garage sale last year, back before the world ended. And I had someone come up and were like, "Oh, Star Wars shirts. Oh, yeah. And like, "Oh, yeah, well, that Disney is just like, they're going to kick Kathleen Kennedy out." And I'm like, uh-huh.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. All right, well, see you later.
It's what else can you do, And those kind of encounters to me are just like the greatest. And I never have them anymore. That was one of them where I was like, oh my God, like this was so real. It was,
I feel bad for the people that bought Jerry's old shirts, all the hair that's in them, all the shoulder hair that's embedded in the fibers.
I had them. I vacuumed them. Okay, I vacuumed them.
You need one of those lint rollers that you just rub all over them before you sell them.
Rick, let's start playing. Why can't we be friends?
It's not even like the long, luxurious like Wookiee hair. It's like little bristly Watto whiskers on your back.
It's like Watto cubes.
Okay,
but on your back.
All right.
Remember in The Fly when Jeff Goldblum first starts getting like the really big gnarly ones? Like Jerry's got 4 of them like back here. It's like they're like Zabrak horns coming out of your shoulder.
Scotty,
what?
Mute him. Kick him out.
I can't do that. I can't do that. He's Rick. You knew this was your idea. You were trying to mend this friendship. If it was my choice, I didn't want to be put in the middle of it. I didn't want to be
mend this friendship. Oh, don't pull into his face because it looks really sad. Say that.
He's got one of those sad faces.
He's got the sad eyes. Look.
I do. My eyes are. I got these wicked smile lines and crow's feet from being sad all the time.
Yeah.
No, that's Jerry.
You smile when you're sad, you psycho.
Tears of a clown.
So back to Randy, the Star Wars biggest fan. Star Wars biggest fan. I feel like this should become a thing for us, frankly.
Randy,
if that man is watching, let's piss him off. I'm sorry, because that's too funny.
It was a great encounter. It was a great encounter. He's like
Peter Griffin watching half a failure to launch, like talking to you.
God,
just like I only made it to that guy being like, I was 5 when the Phantom Menace came out, and I was like, I can't understand someone else's experience in life.
I don't know what you're even saying at this point. It's amazing.
It's like you were 5 and you didn't know that it was dumb. Yeah, I mean, imagine if the guy ever met me. I mean, and again, I wore this.
Poor guy.
Again, I'm the sole owner of Special Edition Purist T-shirt, Bombadcast, tpublic.com.
Yeah. Somebody's going to be really itchy at shirt a couple years from now.
Probably. But they're really going to be happy that Kathleen Kennedy's finally out. A couple years from now.
They're going to be stoked. They're going to be pumped. They're going to come back. You're like, dude, they got her out. They're like, no, she left on good terms and chose
They're
going to
be so happy.
They'll be like, dude, she left.
They're going to be so happy because they were like, Lucasfilm is finally doing what we want, and they created a time machine so all of us can go back and become real fans. And watch the originals in theaters, and then we can just destroy the future.
Well, I even tried to redeem myself, and I was like, I actually saw Empire Strikes Back a couple of weeks ago. It was amazing. He's like, but you didn't see it in 1980.
Thought that you meant like, I just saw Empire Strikes Back. Did you know Luke Skywalker?
And dude, I even was like,
Vader's son?
I was even like, dude, I do a podcast every week. I'm a part of a network. Been doing this for like 2 years now. Like, I love it's like my life. And he's literally like, I saw the original in the theater. It should be the shirt. The shirt idea should be "Don't be a Randy," or that should be the hashtag.
Don't be a Randy.
Don't be a Randy.
Or it should be "Okay, Randy."
Okay, Randy.
Just redesign the shirt to say, "Boy, oh, do you see even Randy?"
Not
Wouldn't be hard. Doesn't take much work, huh, Jerry?
I remember going to see Return of the Jedi back in 1983 a couple of times. So I was around back then. So by Randy's definition, I'm a better fan than you guys are. So y'all can suck it.
By Randy, yeah. The measure of Randy. Randy, the measure of a fan. I'm formulating the t-shirt as we speak. So
You know what's exciting though? You know what's exciting is that no matter what, no matter how much we argue and bicker each other, we can all bond over Randy. He's gone.
Yeah.
Hi, Rick.
Oh, thank
we
God
can all bond over Randy. And I think it's important to bring this up, and in the terms of Randy, he actually, I didn't tell you all this, but Randy's been around for a while in my life. He has. Yep.
Are you related to him?
Randy's Rick, guys.
What?
When I don't go to work, I just hang out at the Lowe's.
He goes to Lowe's in Baton Rouge.
Looking to be little Star Wars
work
fan.
there. He was just hanging out there.
Just hanging out.
Help you with the lights? Yeah.
I can't go to Home Depot anymore because the Star Trek fans won't have me. So I went to Lowe's and I figured Star Wars was the next best thing. And I look for the guys, especially who, look like Scotty J-Ro. And
he's looking for fat gingered men. And every one of them he comes up
fat nerds like us.
Looking for doughy Southerners.
Yes, he goes for the clueless ones. He's kind of like a predator. And he's like, hey, you saw the originals and he does it to children. I've seen him. And this is the one time,
I have the uncanny ability to know that guys like Scotty go to Lowe's for like AAA batteries and nothing else. You could go to the grocery store for that.
There's been times where
he also goes to knock down the holiday inflatables.
Oh, come on.
No,
the one thing I do enjoy about going to Lowe's is what?
How do we get here?
Is the music.
Randy!
The music in Lowe's. I guarantee you, the next time you go to Lowe's, you'll hear at least one song by heart. Guarantee. Doesn't matter. I heard Dog and Butterfly by heart in the Lowe's. And they have their own station at Lowe's. You can't beat that, kids. You can't. They also do the mask propaganda, which is all obviously fake. They have that over the announcements now. And
the mask propaganda, the mask stuff. Oh, mask propaganda.
Yes, the act of wearing a mask. Oh, that propaganda.
Yeah,
and
how's your cough doing, by the way?
They're using TikTok to take over the minds of the youth. It's incredible. It's incredible. That's the problem with Lowe's here. And if it wasn't,
I'm just not into. That's not my thing. I'm not a sex slave. So.
No. What does that have to do with anything?
I can't.
Rick's embarrassed.
It's some lady at like a town hall wearing like a Trump hat, like I'm not a sex slave. I am not.
You got to go to Hobby Lobby
into bondage. It's like someone who looks like my Aunt Kathy. Just going through saying all these things you never want to hear your 60-year-old aunt say. I am not into S&M. I don't like it in my butt. I didn't need to know that. It wasn't all sexual, but it was just really, she was very angry.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at home, it's all Last Tango in Paris. That's a deep cut for people who, if you haven't seen it, you don't want to.
Let's change the pace of this
thumbs
discussion.
up to Last Tango in Paris. Only some of you are going to get that. Not all of them.
I frankly do not, because I am a stupid millennial that was born after the great I guess the great divide of real and fake Star Wars
Great Depression.
fans.
Marlon Brando, Last Tango
The
in Paris.
90s Depression.
2 thumbs up.
My favorite scene in Caligula is where they all make love to Caligula. That's the part I like.
Caligula? Calligrapher?
Anyway,
Casquiglia?
look.
I loved him on Laverne and Shirley.
I feel like this room has loosened up to where we can actually talk to this Rik character, Randy, that we've brought on.
You know what? Can I
Has
on
it?
air?
There we go.
Rik. You're all right, dude. You're okay. Can we bury the hatchet?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Yeah, we can.
All right. You're a piece of shit. I love you.
Oh, I'd rather be a piece than a puddle. Okay.
That's true. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's the
So-
wisest thing I think I've ever heard.
You know, with the most guests, we have a bunch of fun talking before we ask this question. But with this guest, I feel like it's just gonna be fun to ask him this, you know? And you know, whatever happened, you know, for the past 40 minutes was what I would call some of the
Randy.
best moments in broadcasting history. So
And
we're gonna put
quite therapeutic for Jerry.
yes, it's
It
something
was
that
very,
I think
oh man, we just had a moment too. Like that
You
was,
know-
if that doesn't get us an Emmy or a Webby, if that doesn't get us the Webby, I don't know what will.
Randy's going to
Look
get
at
it to
you.
Webby.
Randy will definitely
gotta talk
get
to
you a
Randy.
Webby.
He actually saw it in theater. He's a better fan.
He went to the press screening.
Oh, make me better, stronger, faster, Randy. This is gonna be a thing now,
Go be Randy, boys. So, speaking of Rik,
and I won't
sir.
stop bringing it up. Unlike the Phantom Menace fart joke.
Let me tick that off my box over here.
Yeah, I got that. If those of you playing at home, take a drink.
so
You have to tell me twice.
we asked our guest this question, and you know, I think I'm going to do that in a moment, but wanted just to make sure everything was good. We can do the rest of this show without any, you know, problems from our two.
We'll behave, Dad.
parents here. Rik, I've asked this question to several incredible people, and you will be added to this list. The incredible people include Mac DeMarco, Jared to the Dark Jedi, Hello Greedo,
Jared's gonna be just psyched that you mentioned him second between Mac DeMarco and Hello Greedo.
Alex
Love you,
Damon.
Jared.
Ken
Oh, I know that
Knapsack.
guy.
Let me
I heard
see if I
He's
can
an
get,
okay guy.
let me keep going.
Knapsack's pretty cool.
I'm
He's
gonna
my
get my
favorite Ken.
podcast. I'm gonna get my podcast app pulled up so I can read all the guests we've had, just to make sure we know.
Just so
We've
we
got
can
a lot.
name drop.
You don't even know.
and
You don't
really
even know
make
your
you
friends'
feel-
names.
So we've got
We want to impress
Bill
you.
Sheehy.
We're just a couple of Randys.
We've got Troy Jaro. We've got Brad Whipple,
This is embarrassing, Scotty. This is
Whipple.
Pete Flecker.
I believe it's pronounced
Fledger.
Whipple.
Pleasure. I can't pronounce it well.
Whipple.
Judlin Jake.
Did you say Judland, Jake?
Eric Hotteman.
Are you drunk, Scotty?
Force Toast Podcast.
you should be
Eric
ashamed. of
Cotterman.
yourself.
just the podcast. That's all.
John
we got.
Hoey.
Alice and
Lacey
Laura from
Gil-
Forest Toast. Come on, man.
Lacey Gillerin. The Galactic Podcast. Colin
Lauren and
Trevorrow.
Andrea, we love you.
Shannon Morad. George Lucas. The Bad Batch.
Scotty, you're just
Leonard
reading
Maltin.
episode titles now.
We
March
serve
Weirdness. Boy, he was fun.
Palpatine.
Whoa, what a looker.
Eric Kahneman.
What's
You
that?
said him already.
Palpatine? No, you wouldn't let me call it Palpatine sex math.
Bahu Blast. Troy Henderson. Troy
That's only named
Jaro.
one Bahu Blast.
John Shaw. Podathon segment.
Rick, I think we can finally agree on
Amongst
something.
those amazing guests, we will ask this next amazing guest the same question.
This is uncomfortable.
The question is, what is your? Theor your. What is
Eeyore?
Rik Villanueva, what is your best, favorite, and most fun Star Wars film?
You can't just ask all of them at once, you Randy.
Well, I will make sure we start off with, what do you consider the best Star Wars film? Now, it's a serious question. I'm serious.
Well, from the list that you've presented me, Eric Kahneman might be my favorite. The most fun is probably
Podathon segment?
also Eric Kahneman.
Okay.
And
Eric's pretty cool.
what was the last one? What was my third one? I don't remember.
Favorite,
It could just be Eric Kahneman, or as I like to
my
call him,
favorite. My favorite. This is a
Sexy
tough one.
flannel graph Jesus.
It's a toss up. I really had to think about this one, but it's also Eric Kahneman.
Oh,
So we got the trifecta. Yeah, those are good ones. Those are my favorite Star Wars movies. Episode E.
K and EK.
I can't wait to actually see Eric in person again, so I can hug him. Just with that, and he's got he looks.
Boys
he's got
and girls,
strong arms.
He not only looks like an internet creep, he is also speaking like one.
You are a lonely man, a lonely, hairy-shouldered man.
Yeah,
Randy, you're acting like Randy. I'll show you a photo of Randy. I got Randy's last name.
Don't do that. I'm gonna go.
No, I have it right here. I will send you both a photo of Randy. I'm gonna send you both a photo of Randy, and we're gonna look at it on Twitter together. And you cannot tell me this is the kind of guy that would make a comment like he made. Give me
Don't show him on the thing that
I'm not.
Do you know you took this picture, or is this like a courtroom sketch?
No, he told me his first and last name. He was very proud of who he was. He told me his first and his last name. So I will make sure I send you a photo.
That's what I think about that.
Is his last name is his full name like Randy Original Trilogy?
Oh, that would be great.
Randy the original.
Be sure you check your phone. I am going to. It has been sent. The image has been sent.
This is great. This is great YouTube and podcast content.
I'm just letting you know. Is this the kind of guy that would say that to you?
Holy crap. It's like you reached into my imagination and plucked him out.
Oh my God, I thought you were joking. This guy's legit.
Dude, just look at that.
It's a little boss nass. It's a little
There's a town called there
is a town.
I can't talk because in
called
Arkansas, where I'm from originally, there's terrible possum grape, bald knob, things like that. But is there really a place called Pumpkin Center?
This guy, he lives where The Nightmare Before Christmas originally took place.
It's Pumpkin Center, yes.
That is a parish in Louisiana. I sent you another photo that looks like a photo Jerry would take, but I don't know if it'd be a serious photo or not a serious photo.
You suck.
Oh my God.
He is
Oh, come on now. I take better selfies than that.
We're gonna emulate that photo. We're gonna make that something.
Scotty, make it go away. I don't know if I like this game anymore.
Is he related to Michael Chiklis?
Maybe.
People are like, what are they looking at?
Oh,
Are you entirely sure, Scotty, that this man does not have 3 women locked up in his basement right now.
No. If anything, I'll tell you about this guy. This guy has an ex-wife, and he made that very clear.
No
I don't
surprises
know.
there.
I don't know what would have brought that on, but he did take a picture of the network logo. Now, I don't know if he's going to go through. I had it on my shirt. He said, let me get a picture of that.
Hey, Randy, you're famous now.
Randy's a wrestling fan.
Yes. Go through Randy's.
But he's the
Facebook
original
page.
wrestling fan.
Yeah, he's the first.
He's the biggest. He's a bigger wrestling fan than you because he was there when wrestling was invented.
This dude saw Gorilla Monsoon's debut. Has another deep cut.
He trained Randy Macho Man Savage.
And
He knew him when he was Macho Boy Savage.
He knew him before he was the Slim Jim guy, okay?
I'm looking at this.
In fact, he
up.
told him to get into Slim Jims.
I'm gonna stop. I'm done with Randy forever. Good
Oh,
lord.
I'm not. Randy, I'm sorry, we'll never be done. I can't
Let's
quit
see.
you.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. Okay.
So are we going to officially do best favorite most fun?
That's up to Rick.
Is that a thing you guys do on this show? I don't listen.
You ever listened? No.
No.
This is Rick's first time on.
I've never
joins
actually
the
listened
live
to
streams.
Bombadcast. I actually just kind of like comment on stuff.
He just joins the live streams and antagonizes Jerry. And I always thought you listen. If you don't listen, yeah, this is the thing we do, Rick. It's called Best Favorite Most Fun.
Mhm.
And it usually pertains to the toys that are found in adults' drawers.
You know what's crazy is that your voices, like they don't match your faces. I've always had you guys on mute with like closed captioning on. So I thought Scotty would have sounded like Jerry and Jerry would have sounded like Scotty. So this is a treat.
Let's give
treat
that
for the
to Rick.
senses.
No, let's give Rick what his body
Understandable.
has always told him. So I'm going to talk in the Jerry voice. Hi, guys.
That's pretty good. You want me to do my Scotty voice? Ready?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, hey guys, it's me, Scott. I just got Jero. I get the pumpkin center. The Scott Randy. I'm Paul Stanley.
I'm there. I love you all.
Rick, why can't you look at us? Look into our eyes when we're talking to you.
I'm edgy.
Watch, I'm gonna do my Rick impersonation now. I'm Rick.
No, that's mean. No. That's taking it to a different level. No, don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
like to spank my own butt.
Hey, if you had a butt like mine, you would too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's understandable. I get it.
Well, this
So
is a fun one.
So the best one is let's get serious.
Star Wars movies, not
Let's
adult
get
toys.
serious.
Calm down,
Let's
Jerry.
Calm down,
I
Jerry.
was just trying to say.
No.
Jerry,
Scotty, calm him down, will you please?
Jerry, do me a favor. Look at me.
I'm at peace.
Look at me. Look at me.
I'm at peace.
Look at me. Here's the deal. I need you.
Mhm.
Take a step back. Think about yourself. Go to your happy place. I need you to realize this. It's important
It's important.
that you make sure you get the cypress knee that you have painted out and admire it, like I'm going to do right now. A painted cypress knee. It's got a picture of a southern home.
Where does that go?
on a bayou.
Speaking of adult toys,
It's got a cypress tree painted on a cypress knee. So Jerry, make sure I'm going to hand this to you out of
Did you mean
frame.
Cypress plug.
No, that's not funny. This is a piece of art.
Listen,
I'm going
Rick
to
is
hand-
trying to say, Scotty, put your natural sex toy away.
Hey, listen, Scotty, if I can help you for a second, Jerry,
What?
Yep.
just open the blast doors and allow the cypress thing In.
Knee.
Just relax the blast doors.
Just relax. Just relax.
Mom, don't watch this one. Okay, Rick.
Yes.
Best favorite, most fun. Bombadcast
Okay.
original.
Best, if I had to pick a best. I'm gonna be pretty boring with this, and I think I'm gonna go with Empire Strikes Back. Everything about that movie is it's pretty well done. The only, I think, if there's any one discrepancy that people, not discrepancy, but like kind of problem that people, because I don't want to be like, there we go, perfect. The thing that like the only confusion for Empire Strikes Back might be like the amount of time that passes between one point and another. That might be the only thing that you can kind of nitpick about that. But other than that, Empire Strikes Back is it's a pretty solid film. And I think George Lucas has a pretty solid career ahead of him. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, from what I've heard about this
Georgie
Lucas guy,
he's got a bright future.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's really into S&M, and apparently the next film he does.
He's not a sex slave.
This is important to bring up, though, Jerry. It's important to bring up. Rick said, "Listen, Rick, you're making a joke of it." Rick said that he liked a movie, and it was Empire Strikes Back. He said that was what he considers the best. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what would you like to say in response to that?
Me?
Yes, because whenever you're on a podcast, if someone has an opinion, it's important to attack them for it.
All right.
It's important to attack them and then make them
I
feel
get it.
belittled.
I've been doing this with you for over a year now. Okay.
So Rick says he likes The Empire Strikes Back. What do you say in response?
Me too.
Good. Okay, Rick.
Yes,
So best favorite, okay? This is what maybe the one you watch the most, the one that you like to fall back on the most.
Okay. I'm going to get serious for a second, and I've told this story before.
Ooh.
If there's one that I fall back onto more than any other, it's probably Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like, I'm just being completely 100% serious. My dad passed away, but 6 months after Return of the Jedi came out. And I remember going to see it in the theaters with him. And as I grew up, the father-son story between Luke and Vader, Anakin, like really, really touched a chord with me. And now that I have my own son, when I watch Return of the Jedi, like it always get like the end scene when, Anakin's telling him, tell your sister you were right, that whole thing. And when he finally just lays back, like every single time.
I get that, man.
Yeah, but it's a very personal thing. It's very cathartic. And I know people like to complain about Ewoks and stuff like that, but it's, I was the perfect age when that movie came out. I was 5 years old. So Ewoks on screen was like, that's my jam, dude. Like,
yeah.
And then when the cartoon series came out a year or two later, like that was right in my wheelhouse. So, so much so I'm going to show this off here, and I'm glad that I can do this, because most of the time when I record my own show that you guys haven't even said anything about, Jam Transmissions, the best Star Wars podcast in the history of Star Wars podcast.
Yes.
We don't do video, but if I can show this off here, this is my fan club card from maybe 1983-ish or 1980,
nice.
somewhere thereabouts.
Sick.
So you see it's got Death Star 2 on it up there, and over the fourth moon. You can see my
awesome.
kind of my stellar handwriting for being 5 or 6 years old, and my Force number being all messed up. I don't even know what my number was, but yeah, I carried this with me at Celebration last year. I didn't show it to anybody, but I did have it with me, and
that's
special.
It's
Dude, that's awesome.
That's
so
actually
I think you sent a picture of that to us, actually.
Yeah, I remember I posted this a couple of times on Twitter and stuff. This makes me a better fan than Randy. Randy can suck it.
No, it's important to bring up the
sure,
fact,
dude.
though, that in some weird ways, I've had films that associate with maybe something traumatic as well. But Return of the Jedi, in the scope of all Star Wars, is probably the most optimistic and happiest film you can watch. Like, to its core.
It's
A New Hope.
Tale ending.
It is the fairy tale ending, and it's got a little bit of bittersweet to it, but it's still more sweet than it is bitter because there's something found there, you know? And that's a really impressive, like that's an incredible movie to watch, you know, before something like that happened to you, Rick. I'm sorry that even happened to you at such a young age as well, but it seemed like it was something that left a very important mark on you, and not just as a content creator, and not just as a big Star Wars fan, but like to your core, that's something that that's incredible. That's amazing.
If I may, real quick, to be serious for a second, and we are for real being serious. Like, seriously, man. My dad lost his dad when he was younger too, and all that, and so I apologize, man. It's just, I know that's like a hard thing, but it's so cool that you have those memories, like with your son and stuff. So that's just awesome. But go ahead. What were you going to say, Rick?
Yeah, no. There's been a lot of full circle moments, and you know, for a lot of Star Wars fans that have kids now, especially, well, not especially, but for a lot of original trilogy, you know, fans,
Randy,
you know, like that grew up with, like Randy, I'm sure he went to see, you know, some of these movies and bonded with, if he has children with no necks that looks, I mean, he's wearing like a skin turtleneck. It's the weirdest thing. That guy, he had his head circumcised. It's the strangest look for a man. Anyway, but he was talking about Randy, you mother. There's things in Return of the Jedi outside of just the personal aspects for me. There's that the tonal switch in music when Luke and Vader are fighting under the stairwell in the dark, and you start to get the choral notes come in on the John Williams score. Brutal. And it's just like, it's that whole sister, and it's like, and all of that nonsense. I'm not a singer. I'm not musically inclined, Scotty. Okay, slow your roll. Okay, I can see you like, oh, you son of a bitch, you suck. Let
me get my keyboard out. Hold
on. No, don't do that. Anyway, I'm surprised you're not wearing your keytar, you weirdo. But no, it's one of those things that like the emotional tone comes out underlyingly for what's on screen. And John Williams was we know this. He's done this in just about every movie he's ever made. But the emotional punch for that movie is even heightened because now I have this personal story that's connected to it. And to bring something else up, and when Pete, my co-host on Jam Transmissions, we talk about like mental health issues and things like very seriously on the show. We're very open about our own experiences. And, you know, I was lucky enough to be asked to like co-host a panel for Force Fest a couple months ago with Tyler Bucks from Chatter Squadron and Maria from Sisters with Sabers. And we talked about our experiences and how Star Wars kind of helped us cope with some things. And, you know, we're very open to sharing what those experiences are for us. And, you know, we want people to know that, you know, your experiences, while they may be unique to you, you're never alone in this fandom. You know, there's, you know, we joke, we talk about, you know, how much everybody hates Jerry, because most people do. And, you know, but that's also something that a lot of people can bond over, the fact that we feel hatred for Jerry. So, you know, we have that, and we have Star Wars that we love so much, and we get to there's a lot of cathartic conversation that goes on with our loathing for the Canon Junkie. And it's one of the best things about really the fandom. Awesome. Yeah. No, it's a beautiful thing how much we hate this one person.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those, like,
I'm glad I can unite people.
It's the adults are talking. So whenever I get a chance to talk to Rick about, you know, and Rick and I have our own pod, we talk about this stuff all the time. You know, it's called the Bettercast. And
I was gonna say
the Bombadcast. The Bombadcast.
It's so real.
Bombadcast. And Rick and I, we go into great detail on
Goodcast would have been better.
Please calm down.
Shut your face.
We talk about what it's like not having to wear glasses. We talk about the importance of, you know,
is this
bathing.
A game of Guess Who?
We talk about
what are you doing right now.
We talk about, you know, what we love in Star Wars, and we love.
Scotty, do you remember the one episode we did about having two eyebrows?
Yes.
That was a banger.
Dude, that was a good one. It was just as good as the time we had Randy guest host, and it was great. And he tore down everyone. You know, he was like, if
there's nothing in between.
No, but listen, I can tell just by looking at you now through the screen that is the perfect width of like a Bic razor. So nice.
Oh wait, let me go. Wrong person.
Nice try.
You son of a gun.
That's why the glasses are there. Those
true.
aren't. They're not even prescription. Like you don't even have lenses in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got this eye shine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's that genetic
plexiglass.
disposition he has, you know.
They're force
They don't-
fields.
I do paperwork on kids like you.
So many people
anyway.
hate me. They're throwing like pencils at my eyes. So I'm just gonna like, I gotta wear glasses. Well, if I could get, because okay, look, that's really cool about the mental health stuff, and I just like that's something that's very important to me too, and to be serious because everyone hates me. No, I'm just playing. Again, it's something that I don't do as much as I probably should on Twitter talking about it, but I talk a lot about it on my Facebook and stuff like that, and so that's really cool. I didn't know that you guys talked about all that kind of stuff and all that, so that's really, really awesome, dude. So yeah, but what about your most fun?
Well, real quick, every once in a while, Pete and I, we kind of stray from talking about just, kind of new stuff for Star Wars. And we talk about things that are more topical. And when Maria was on our show, as we talked about a lot of her experiences coming into Star Wars fandom and some of the things that she's dealt with. We had my friend Juan Ariola on a few weeks ago, who is he's very politically active, and he's organized some rallies and things like that. So every once in a while, like I said, we will talk about things that are bigger than Star Wars, because it's this silly thing that we love. It's the thing that kind of brings us all together, that we can talk about whenever. But the world is as it is. It's the traumas that people face, the issues that we all have to cope with, work through, however you want to frame it, whatever obstacles frame your past or your present, are things that we all have the capability of helping each other work through. And what good is a community if you're not going to be willing to extend a hand to somebody who appears to be in some kind of a trouble, or seems to need some kind of help. Jerry, I've reached out to you behind the scenes very reluctantly to offer a hand, at a time when I can tell that you were maybe not in the best of places mentally, and again,
most of the time. So
yeah, I mean, just by looking at you, I can tell. But it's
I do appreciate that for sure, dude. Like seriously, yeah.
And again, we joke, but in all seriousness, I do care a lot about the community and the people that I've become friends with, and it's weird that we live in a place where we can't all be together, regardless of a celebration or anything. Jerry, you and I don't live that far away. I plan on moving to the West Coast just because of that sometime soon. But it's
hey, as soon as Rona's over, man, I'm gonna come and try to kick down your door. So
no, and we're gonna pass each other on the highway, get to each other's house, be like, oh, he's not even here.
Oh, I'm going to egg your place.
Wait. When does Oprah come on?
What?
What time does Oprah come on?
Did you just have an aneurysm or something?
What happened here?
I don't know.
I'm literally sitting here watching The View right now, talking about our feelings. So I'm waiting for when Oprah comes on.
Come on, Scotty.
Yeah.
It took this long to get there, but look, I'm gonna tell you this much. I'm never doing an episode with either of y'all. Y'all are disgusting. Y'all talk about your feelings. Jeez,
all right, Randy.
You almost turned into Zero the Hutt there.
I imagine that's how Randy sounds when he talks.
Randy actually talks a lot like you said. I believe your name is Ricky. He talks a lot like he talks a lot like, hey, Mr. Money Man, I need to bring me your tax papers. And he talks a lot like that.
So is he from New York or something?
Hey, Mr. Money Man.
Is he in the mob? Like,
no, he's Mr. Money Man. He talks like this.
Forget about it. Hey.
Pumpkin Center is a rough place, man.
Hey guys,
Pumpkin Center.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Bombadcast.
The Mafia Center of Louisiana.
You can find Rick in his hometown of Ireland, and you can find Jerry in Happy Tree Village. It's been
Irish to you?
It's been an absolute
What is
honor.
his most fun movie?
Do you want to answer that, Rick?
What was the question?
What is your most fun? You guys all know I'm a stickler for I'm a stickler for the programming.
Well, the most fun movie is since we're an hour and 10 into this one, probably this one right now. This has been pretty fun.
It's been great. It's technically a feature.
The most fun. That's a tough call.
The one with the lightsabers.
Shut up. It's gonna sound weird because as dark as this movie gets and the way that it ends, I really, really love Rogue One. There are things in that movie that
I agree. There's something with that
one.
Absolutely love. K2SO is one of my favorite, comedy, characters on. He's just everything of Alan Tudyk, delivered his lines so well, and Cassian.
Yeah. Y'all do look a lot alike.
We had Cassian on it. We didn't even know it. Look at that.
We did. This is, I believe his name is.
Should I get the jacket? Should I get the jacket that I wore to Celebration?
Oh, you got the jacket?
Yeah,
Diego Luna.
I mean, don't cover up that wonderful shirt, but
he's got to hide his bondage creature in there.
Rick, are you wearing pants?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
He's wearing khakis. Dude, there it is.
That's sick.
Dude, Daddy
That
Rick.
is sick. You were wearing that in the photo, right? In the photo that we were in. But
he was wearing that.
You get a little peek there.
Show a little bit of Jar Jar cleavage.
I ain't talking about
Great audio episode.
Yeah, it's the best one. If we don't win awards for this one, I swear to God, I'm never coming back.
Yeah, never
Rogue
come
One
back.
is the most fun.
That's a good answer. We haven't ever gotten that. Actually,
it's the first.
That's good.
I do really enjoy it, and I understand people's problems, with pacing and the character development and all the blabbity blook that people want to throw at this movie. But for me, and this is another one of those things where talking about going to see these movies with my son now, because when we saw The Force Awakens, he was just shy of 6, and when the crawl started, it's like, bam, Star Wars comes up on the screen and the words up on the screen. I turned, I looked at my son, and his face was just like,
oh, that's amazing.
Just reading.
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh my God, it was so great. And then in Rogue One, we all, or a lot of us, well, I guess I can say this, we all grew up with this image of Vader being, this is badass. And Rogue One was like the first time we really got to see that on screen. So for him, that was his Vader on screen. He was scary. He was a menace. He was a terror. Awesome. And for me too, like, again, not knowing that scene was coming up in the movie, when his saber flashes on in that dark hallway, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? What was it? Yeah. And then it's just like hack and flash. And I'm like, I think I cried during that scene just because it was just like, it was overwhelming.
Incredible.
And my son too was like, grabbed my arm. He was like, Dad, Darth Vader. And I was like, I know, son, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. He's killing all those people. Like,
it was frightening. They shot that like a horror film too. Like that was just...
And another thing too, we talk about representation, seeing somebody who, bears a striking, handsome resemblance to me and Diego Luna. My son told me in the movie, he was like
the dude with like the tentacles. That dude?
Borgullet. Yeah, Borgullet.
Oh, that was mine.
Yeah, but no, my son told me, he was like, Dad, he looks like you, and I was like, oh,
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
But it does say something and it's like no attempt to hide his accent. It's like, yo, there's a Mexican in Star Wars, and I'm like, I'm here for it. So
more of it.
Yeah.
We're getting more of it. Apparently, did you hear the news? I was reading a website called Comic Book News, and they said they were going to kill Kathleen Kennedy. And they also mentioned a man by the name of Doomclit, and he was really big into dropping all the Darth Bane. Sorry, his name's so funny.
Doomclit.
He was big into dropping.
Not far off.
Apparently, I was on the writers.
I like to call him Dumb Dick.
Quentin Tarantino is the writer for the Cassian show that's in the talks with Guillermo del Toro doing the directing. It's going to be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be
great.
Oh my God.
I heard they were gonna go back
fantastic.
in time. The one fan, like they were going to go with Randy back in time.
Yeah.
And, like, smother Kathleen Kennedy as a baby.
Representative Randy.
He was going to use some of that extra neck skin he has to like
Yes.
wrap around her, Hitman style. He's gonna,
He actually, if you see like right here, I've got Jabba, from the original.
Let me get your thing
special
blown up
editions.
real quick so we can look at your
Michael
breast.
Chiklis Jabba. I think it's Randy Jabba now. It's just like,
What if he listens and I get like a
hi,
subpoena?
Randy. He like starts at the beginning, but he gets to this episode and he's just like, mother. It's just like,
he's like halfway typing in patreon.com, like, oh, they're gonna have these guys. Son of a bitch.
he gets his own. I'm making a Randy t-shirt somehow. We're coming up with some kind of Randy t-shirt.
Oh,
You know
I'm
who
telling
Randy
you
looks
right
like?
now.
Right, people who we sent the picture that we got. The what's his name, Hrothgar Dang from the Rise of Skywalker,
Yeah.
who's like the Dengar. Yeah, that's who Randy looks like.
The Dengar. Oh my god. Looks like a blobfish, like on a robot body.
It's what he looks like.
Oh, well,
Randy, you're a handsome
only-
fella.
only
Don't ever let anyone
trans
tell you any different.
would know that reference, and I don't know if Randy would even know that much of the reference there.
No,
keep it
he
real.
wouldn't.
No, because the only thing that exists is the sequel or the original trilogy.
Have a good day. Just walks
Nothing with
away. That's
people.
literally how it went.
Have a good
Guys,
day. Good day
was
to
a-
you, sir. What
This was a fun one. I'm looking forward to next time we have a chance to talk Oprah stuff. Hopefully we won't record it because that was weird. I didn't like any of that. But
Are you recording this one?
yeah, this one's actually going to be put
We've
on.
been
the internet.
recording this whole time.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a little look. I think you might be able to. It's right here for me. It says live 11707
It's my
08
cat.
09 10 11 12 13. See, it's doing something. I don't know if it's gonna blow up. I don't know if it's like when the next guest is coming on, but I'm just gonna sit here till it gets to like stops. So
You get to press stop.
don't do this again. Don't do this Oprah shit. It's annoying. Don't.
I like to talk about my feelings, okay, Randy?
Rick, where can the wonderful people that maybe discover this show that Randy, if Randy wants to reach out,
Where can Randy find you?
Where can Randy find you, Rick? Rick,
The
plug.
moon, which he probably thinks is hollow.
It's fake.
Randy, we're not going to post this picture, but Randy definitely looks like one of Alex Jones' Patreon supporters.
I don't disagree with that. I don't. I really don't. Rick, where can
Rick.
wonderful people find you?
I don't know if I want to be found after this.
Yeah. Your career is over before it even began.
I'll be recording videos from the front seat of my pickup at the local Lowe's, ranting about the sequel trilogy and how they did Akbar dirty.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that is the worst thing they did. Let's be
Unfair.
real.
The sins.
Unfair.
Oh, the sins.
Yeah.
Killed a fish. They
They
killed
blew
a
him
fish.
up.
They made a fish fillet sandwich out of him.
You can find me on
Well,
Twitter, hamming it up with my boys, Scotty and Jerry, at Cad Bane's Bounty, having a good old time, trying to inject some positivity into our Star Wars friendiverse. And guys, thank you for listening to and responding to the affirmative action letter that the government sent you about allowing a little bit of color on your show. I feel honored.
Well, we were starting to get like complaints. They were like, I can't look at it anymore because it's just so pale.
it's like looking at Greek yogurt. That's exactly what they described. It looks like the vanilla Greek yogurt.
Put a little bit of, can we put a little bit of cumin or something in there?
Well, Rick, that took so long for you to get out. I'm already past menopause. So What should the wonderful people do?
Rick, thanks for coming on, dude. Seriously, because it's
Well,
been a long
thanks
time
for asking
coming.
me. Yeah. It's been a year and a half since I think the
ask
first
if
time
you
I
made-
told you guys I wasn't even a question. I told you guys, put me on the show or just say my name at least once every episode. You filled the ladder quota, I think, pretty well. So I
The
appreciate
ladder quota
that.
did. We need a Rick counter or something.
Yeah. The check's in the mail. Actually, no, it's coming right back to me. Royalties for this guy. So never mind. Screw that.
Right.
And yeah. So there
we'll
we
get that. Our people will call your people. So
we don't have people.
our people are Pete Fletzer. So I'll tell David Amilati about that.
We'll make sure
He thinks I'm
you
a
get a
jerk
nice
anyway.
DM from someone else on the network. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Rick. Usually we have this phrase, but I'm gonna let you say whatever you want because you're in your Oprah mood. I'm in my Oprah mood. You can say whatever you want to end this episode. I'm gonna let you have the floor. And Rick, you're gonna close up this show. Oh, by the way,
I think
you
we need
can
to make
find
Scotty cry before we go, though. Scotty, you need to cry.
I will pull up a trailer that will make me cry. Here we go. We'll watch this live.
Oh, that's right. Millions of people have seen you cry. And my shoulders. I see you shaking my shoulders.
Do you have it bookmarked, Scotty?
No, I actually have to type in every time, but all you have to type in is Star Wars reactions, the first thing that comes up. So I'm stupid famous.
Ugh.
What should the wonderful, wonderful people do?
I don't know.
It's the last thing we say on the show, Rick.
Well, see, even
It's the
before
name
that,
of the show.
No. See, even before that, you're not going to let me end the show like this without saying this. I have my own podcast. It's called Jam Transmissions. You can find us on all the good podcatchers. Me and my buddy Pete, we talk about Star Wars every week. We get into collecting. We talk about the books. We got guests on every once in a while. Not these two chuckleheads, but other nice people that exist in the Star Wars framework. So go look for us. We put out episodes and they come out Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, sometimes depending. But it's a lot of fun. You can find us there. And if you are just as excited to talk about Star Wars like I am, and my good buddies, where's he at? Jerry and Scotty, I urge you,
That's us.
good viewer, fellow listener, good friend, to
Sorry.
stay bombed.
That was a really good run through of what we're gonna do. That was really impressive. I'm gonna click record for real this time. We're gonna do it for real, okay?
All Bombad.